It was another loaded up week for everything with Bray Wyatt's storyline, so we'll take a look at everything that happened there from the ring to backstage. So Bray Wyatt makes his way to the ring to make amends for his actions last week and everything that he's been going through since he returned to WWE. Like we talked about last week, the big struggle and inner conflict with this version of Bray Wyatt is his decision making between what's good and what's evil. That's the biggest long-term story that's happening right now with Bray. He's already admitted several times that he is going to do horrible things, but at the same time, he has been actively trying to be a better person and handle conflict much differently than he used to in the past. That's why, now, whenever he's frustrated or angry, you'll see him try to laugh and start giggling because he's trying to use that laughter like a mechanism to calm himself down and de-escalate the entire situation. But in the last few weeks, Bray's way of trying to keep the situation calm failed both times. You had this segment backstage where LA Knight disrespected Bray Wyatt. Bray tried laughing it off, but gave in that evil side and delivered a headbutt to LA Knight instead. So the main topic of Bray's promo was that headbutt. He confirmed that he's been questioning himself on if that was the right move or not, and ultimately came to the conclusion that it was a bad move to make. So Bray apologizes to LA Knight for the headbutt and fully regrets it. The crowd starts booing because they're pretty much like Uncle Howdy. They don't want to see Bray apologizing for hitting someone that deserves it. The fans loved when Bray Wyatt did that to LA Knight the week prior, and they wanted to keep seeing that side of him again. So we already know Bray Wyatt is being pressured by Uncle Howdy, and now even the fans are also contributing to feeding that evil side of Bray Wyatt. The fans want to see him make those evil decisions, so it'll be interesting to see if they tie the fans' reaction into the story as well. But LA Knight comes out to accept the apology. LA Knight plays it off as if he can see the remorse in Bray's eye. But when he offers to shake Bray's hand and accept the apology, LA Knight slaps him across the face and runs out of the ring. LA Knight's argument was that they're both even. They both got a cheap shot on each other when they both weren't expecting it. Strangely enough, Bray Wyatt agrees. He says that they're even now, but Bray wants to confirm it with a handshake. So he once again offers that handshake to LA Knight, along with a chilling warning of what would happen to LA Knight if he didn't do the right thing and shake his hand. LA Knight goes to shake his hand again, only to slap Bray Wyatt across the face for a second time. Now, obviously, LA Knight made a very huge mistake there, especially after Bray Wyatt had just specifically warned him about what would happen if he tried anything. LA Knight gets that second slap. He's laughing up the ramp about how it's no longer even and how he's got the advantage of 2-1 against Bray Wyatt. But what LA Knight didn't see was Uncle Howdy watching the entire situation closely, right behind him on the screen. Bray Wyatt kneels down on the second rope and stays in a trance to close out the segment. LA Knight was then seen running out of the arena as fast as he could with all of his belongings. Although he acted tough in that exact moment, LA Knight knows not to hang around the arena after doing something like that to Bray Wyatt. LA Knight stops for a quick interview explaining while he was leaving, but in the next room ahead, all you can see is that floating Uncle Howdy mask waiting for him to enter the room. The segment ends, but then we pick back up with LA Knight, who has been absolutely buried under dozens of chairs and other backstage equipment. Uncle Howdy, Bray Wyatt, or whoever was under that mask, most definitely attacked LA Knight the second that he walked into that room. Another interesting small moment came when the Usos interrogated Karrion Kross and Scarlett about possibly being the fifth member for Sheamus's team at Survivor Series. They did tease on some potential matchups for the future, like when Karrion Kross confirmed that he will eventually come for Roman Reigns and the undisputed Universal title. So that could be a big potential big feud for Roman Reigns over the next few months. But the most intriguing part about the entire segment was what was happening in the very background of the camera shot. Ever since Triple H took over, one of his signature moves has been continuing other storylines in the background of a camera shot of a completely different story. And that's what he did here. The Usos are questioning Kross to see if they can find out who's that fifth member. But over in the background, we once again see Bray Wyatt appear to be arguing and talking with someone. The person that Bray is talking to backstage was blocked off by some crates and other backstage equipment. But what's still unknown is if Bray Wyatt was just arguing and going through everything by himself, or if there was actually someone there that he was talking to. It was really well done and shown in such a way that you can make a case for either side. You can say that, sure, Bray was probably just going back and forth in his own head about what to do with LA Knight. Or you can also argue that someone was right there in front of Bray that he was talking to. Maybe it was Uncle Howdy or another new member that hasn't been introduced to us quite yet. But regardless of if he was talking to himself or not, it's still clear what decision Bray Wyatt decided to go with. He decided to attack LA Knight backstage. And with the backstage attack, Bray Wyatt and LA Knight are actually all tied up again, 2-2. But obviously, what Bray and Howdy did was way more intense than just two little slaps. Bray responded heavy and very harshly, just like how he said he would. The other question that's still unknown is the question of who actually did the attack. That's a big question of debate itself because we've seen the new mask on both Bray Wyatt and Uncle Howdy. Bray came out with the mask on at Extreme Rules, but what did he instantly do? Bray took the mask right off and hasn't been seen with it since Extreme Rules. Then we started seeing Uncle Howdy wearing the mask until he unmasked himself as well. And the last we heard from Uncle Howdy at Crown Jewel, he wanted Bray to put the mask back on, not care what everyone thinks, and just hurt people again. So when we go back to the November 18th edition of Smackdown and we visually see someone wearing that new mask again, it's a little hard to determine who's behind the mask. Is it Bray Wyatt, who finally came to his senses and decided to wear the mask again for the first time since Extreme Rules? Or was it Uncle Howdy who separately handled the dirty work for Bray Wyatt and had enough of Bray getting humiliated? Bray will often hesitate and think about every single decision he makes. But if there's anything we've learned about Howdy, it's that he won't give it a second thought. He will attack you with everything he's got if you disrespect his family. No questions asked. So it was a big moment that immensely pushed the story forward. Is Bray behind the mask? Is Howdy behind the mask? Has Bray finally released Howdy and given him the clearance to do whatever he wants from now on? Is Bray still trying to live his new good life? Or is he now broken back to his old ways? Just so much to find out. But what are your thoughts on LA Knight and Bray Wyatt's feud so far? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.